Thank you for taking time to listen to the 39th Street Church of Christ Daily Devotional. The devotional today is The Story of Three Goats, named 1, 2, and 4 by Jared Williams.
I want to tell you a story today, and it starts on, as many stories do, on a lazy Sunday afternoon. And there were two young boys that lived in a small town, and they had a great idea for their senior prank. So for their senior prank, they went out to the farmer's field, and they grabbed 3 goats. And they numbered the goats 1, 2, and 4 on the side. They painted the goats. That night, they snuck into their high school and let the goats go. Now the next morning, or on Monday morning, when everyone arrived, they could very quickly tell that something was wrong. They could smell the goats. It was very obvious, and there were goat droppings all over the place because goats climb all over stuff. Now, the school realized, hey, we can't have a bunch of kids with goats running around. That's not good. So they went on a mission to find the goats. The teachers and staff divided up into teams, and they spread out and canvassed the entire school to find these goats. Now, they rounded up goats 1, 2, and 4 fairly quickly, and they were quite happy about that. But then they got to be a bit concerned about where goat number 3 was. It resulted, as they kept searching and they could never find goat number 3, they ended up having to shut down the school for the day. Great senior prank. The seniors didn't have to go to school. But they kept searching for goat number 3. It led to panic, frustration among the teachers. Where is this goat? Where could this goat be hiding? And they simply never found goat number 3. Well, obviously they never found it because goat number 3 never existed. It was only goat 1, 2, and 4. And I like that story because I wish I would have thought of that when I was a high school senior, although I would have got caught immediately somehow. Probably because I just would have been laughing right in front of it and it would have been fairly obvious. But I also like that story because sometimes I think in our lives we're often like the people that were running the school. We have goats 1, 2, and 4 right in front of us. We have God-given abilities that oftentimes no one else can replicate. But so often we spend so much time looking for goat number 3 that we waste the abilities that God's given us. How often do we get in a situation and say, well, when I get this done? I tell my kids all the time, I think if I tell them enough times, it'll finally sink in, that happiness is not a destination. Happiness is the journey. Because we as humans, our nature is, no matter what goal we set, right now I'm trying to lose a little weight. When I lose this weight, I'm going to be happy. No, I'm not. When I get to that point, I'm going to set another goal. So if I don't have joy along the way, I'm never going to find happiness. How many times do we look at a situation and say, okay, I'm going to do this, but not yet. Once I get this done. Once I get through school, then I'm really going to devote my life to God. Once I get married, then once I have kids, then it never changes. Then I'm going to do that. We're always on that search for goat number 3. And we keep worrying about and chasing about the missing piece and worrying about what we lack instead of seeing what God has so graciously blessed us with. And I'm not saying don't try to better yourself. Absolutely. Try to better yourself. But I'm saying don't hold yourself back while you're trying to do it. You are fearfully and wonderfully made, the psalmist tells us. We are fearfully and wonderfully made with incredible God-given abilities that sometimes only you can do. With sometimes only people in this world that you personally can touch. Don't spend your time waiting for perfection. Get busy doing. Focus on goats 1, 2, and 4 that you have, that I have, and do something with that rather than spending a whole life searching for that elusive goat number 3. I don't want to be like King Agrippa when the day of judgment comes and say, I was almost ready to serve you. I was almost ready to talk to that person. I was almost ready, whatever. As the song says, today is the day of salvation. Tomorrow may be too late. I don't know what tomorrow's going to come. But I know for myself, for the rest of this week, I'm going to try to use goats 1, 2, and 4 to the best of my ability. And I hope you do too.
Thank you for taking the time to watch this short devotional. We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you'll be notified of other devotionals that will be forthcoming. Also, we encourage you to join us online live as we stream our services at each service time. More information can be found on our website at the link below. Thank you.